It is a little hazy today. I put the neutral density filter onto the camera, so it should clean some of that up. It was very foggy this morning. Not unexpected, not unusual. It is that time of the year. That's looking into Madrid. Right in the middle of those two trees in front of us, you can see the towers of Madrid in the financial district. As I mentioned, I did put on the neutral density filter, and I'm using the auxiliary mic because it's going to get windy, and I don't want it to be too noisy. The wind slayer works, and it's not bad, but it's not that good. I do need to put on my gloves, so just give me one little moment and we'll be on our way. These gloves remind me more of stretchy mittens than they do cycling gloves, but they do keep the wind out pretty well. And they're supposed to be waterproof. Which is the main reason I bought them. My other light gloves, they're not that good in the water. Oh, a gravel bike. Don't see many of those. And I do have all kinds of other gloves, woolies, which are nice and warm when it's not terribly windy, and neoprene gloves for when it's totally nasty. And regular riding gloves for when it's cold. So you have to have an assortment. You don't have to spend a fortune, but you do have to have an assortment. I did manage to finally get a new microphone, and that'll be here tomorrow. I'm not sure if it's going to be as good as the Rode because it's considerably cheaper, but it has to be better than the one I'm using. The one that I got is called a Behringer Lav Go. I wanted a Rode Lavalier Go, but that was almost $50 and I couldn't really justify it. The one I got's kind of in the middle. We'll see how it works. Anyway, I got it at Amazon, and if I'm displeased, I'll send it back. This no-name mic has to be jacked up plus 6 decibels to sound halfway decent. And that's, I don't know. It's not bad that you have to turn up the decibel gain, but on the other hand, my Asako camera, which is a very cheap camera, doesn't require any of that. And this microphone only cost about $10, and it sounds really good. So I think it's just on the quality of the microphone, how it's made. I don't remember where I got this one. I might have gotten it off of AliExpress. I've had interesting experiences with them. For example, the polarizer neutral density filter that's on the camera and the UV haze filters came from Ali, all for about $10 a piece. And they're really good. They fit the camera perfectly, they don't come off. They are every bit as advertised and cheaper than anywhere else I could have gotten them. Again, I think it comes down to luck. I don't want to go full bore into this corner because it's blind, and people come up here to smoke dope, relax, and it's sketchy. It is only about 12 degrees, so it's certainly not very warm. On the other hand, if you're not moving very fast in the sun on this CERROS, on this little plateau, it feels really good. But at 38 kilometers an hour, you can feel it. Behind this community, which I believe is called El Pino or something like that, I'll see it on the street sign. But on the other side of this, there's some hills and dirt roads that I want to go check out. I've never been there. Piñas Albas, okay, is one way, and El Viso is the other. Okay. Like I say, I don't come this way. But I did notice on the map behind here, there are dirt roads and there's infinite amount of hills. This looks like it would be a nice community to live in, except it's always a bit windy up here. Oh, these are kind of good looking. We almost bought something that looks like this in a place called Torrejon. I'm so glad we didn't. I think the house would have been nice, but Torrejon is a lonely place. Alcalá has personality. You've got the old town, which is historic. It's just a different universe. I think I want to go this way. I'll have to consult the Garmin. What I want to do is get into those hills right there, and I'm quite sure it's doable. This is the beautiful community of Los HUEROS. I've never been here before. Now, according to the Garmin, there's all kinds of roads here. And the one I think I want, think is here. I've never been here before. But there's a lot of fireplaces. It smells wonderful. Yeah, this is what I was looking for, I think. Potholes. Potholes are the reason I bought this bike. Not off-road potholes like this, but on the blacktop where you can't avoid them. We're now on the roadway, zigzagging around, breaking your line, confuses cars, creates traffic problems. Out here, zigzagging around is just fine. However, maybe a little more zigzag would help. But one night I was coming home, I didn't see an area around a manhole cover that was really depressed, and I smashed into it and wrenched my back. And after that I was like, okay, this bike is going. I still love my gravel bike and I still ride it, but just not that often, and definitely not out here. It has a shock stop suspension stem, the same XLC suspension seat post, and the same Yosi Power 350 watt hub motor. So it's essentially it's very similar in some ways, but it's a much more agile bike. I bought it originally for cyclocross, and during the pandemic it became a gravel bike. The Cannondale is just so much more adept at going into nasty places, soft earth, and it just doesn't care. And that 2.8-inch rear tire is a lifesaver. So between that and the suspension seat post, it's kind of like a suspension bike. Well, this didn't work out. But the idea is right. I just wanted to go someplace I've never been before, and this qualifies. Well, I think that's about the end of the show here. The road that I was on continues across this highway, so I think that's where I'm going to head off to. Unfortunately, I can't pause this without taking it off my head. I think this will do for today.